Hi everyone, it's Christy with a very overdue update. I believe I had last left off. I did a video after I had my HSG procedure done. That was August 27th. It was my last try, my last cycle with doing an at-home IUI. And for that I got my positive OPK, my ovulation predictor, August 31st. So the evening of September 1st, around 10 p.m., I did my first IUI. And then the following morning, September 2nd, I'd say around 9 a.m., I did my last IUI. So approximately 32 and 42 hours past my positive ovulation predictors. Then I had a consult with a new reproductive endocrinologist that following Monday. Met with her. Absolutely loved her. She was wonderful, very professional, respectful, extremely personable. And so what we had decided to do was to try 3 in-office IUIs unmedicated, and then if that didn't work, we would go to Clomid. Since I don't have any known fertility issues, try natural. If that doesn't work, then throw the Clomid in there. So I was going to wait until my period started, so I was on calendar day 1, and then on calendar day 3 I was going to have some of the blood work redone, because I believe it was my FSH had come back at 4.3 or 4.8, and she said it was such a good number. It's like my ovaries thought they were 16 or something instead of 32. So she wanted to recheck that, I think along with my estrogen. Bear with me, I have a really dry throat tonight. And I was 150% sure that that cycle was a bust. Because the two things that were very odd was that, first of all, I usually, well, always, since I had been charting for 6 to 8 months previously, always had 2 days of positive ovulation predictors, followed by a negative. Finally, I'd like to always test it out. And usually, I think the day after my last positive OPK, I would have a temperature rise. This time, I had 3 days of positive OPKs. I'm thinking, what the heck? And then I didn't have a temperature rise until maybe something like 4 days after my first positive OPK. So I'm thinking, ooh, timing was just way off. My body was just out of whack this time for some reason. So, okay, fine, you know, what's done is done, can't undo it. I'll just wait, you know, I'll go have my blood work done with the new RE and just have the in-office IUIs done and go from there. Wasn't going to test or anything. And I think it was that weekend then was Labor Day weekend. And that Monday I went shopping with a friend, and I'm not much of a shopper to begin with, but I just really didn't feel like doing anything like shoes. I love shoes. Oh my gosh, love shoes. I didn't even want to look at shoes at all. I can't really put into words like exactly how I felt, but it was really just blah. So okay, then the following weekend came, and I had noticed maybe Friday, but definitely Saturday and Sunday nights, I had frequent urination. Like, I had to get up in the middle of the night to pee. I never get up in the middle of the night to pee. Okay, then Sunday night, my temperature was still up. Okay, but that cycle was a bust, so whatever. The following morning, I was 11 days past ovulation, and that's when my temperature would plummet at that point, or at least start going down some. And no, it was still up, and I felt like really warm, not like a fever, just kind of flushed. And I kept thinking, no, it just can't be. But in the back of my mind, it's like, hello, dummy, wake up. And so that evening, I had been invited over to my parents for dinner. I had an old Dollar Tree pregnancy test laying around the house. Well, you know, it's just a Dollar Tree test. It's $1. What the heck? Might as well just go ahead and take it. Took the test, you know, went and got ready to go to my parents. Came back, looked at the test, and oh my God, I think I kind of see a line there. Brought it to my parents, and even their old eyes could kind of see a line too. So I was thinking, okay, Dollar Tree test, not very sensitive. I'll go home. I had a couple, higher price, higher quality pregnancy tests at home. I had an answer. And I also had the Clear Blue Easy Digital pregnant or not pregnant. Sorry, better luck next time. So I decided I'll try to hold my urine for 3 hours and take those tests. I couldn't hold it for 3 hours. I had to pee, and it's not like I had been drinking a whole lot of water or anything. So I think I held it for maybe 2 hours tops. 2.5, maybe. Took the test, did the answer first. It was still developing or whatnot. The digital popped up right away. Pregnant. Oh my gosh. It can't be. And Mom, look, what does this say? And she's like, sweetheart, you're pregnant. Wow. And it was funny because when she had come with me to my consult at the new reproductive endocrinologist's office, and she had said, you just wait and see, you're finally found a doctor that you're like ready to go through with all this, and it's going to turn out that you're pregnant anyway, so you just wasted all your money on an office visit. And yeah, I wasted my money on an office visit. Couldn't be happier about it though. So that Thursday then, went into my PCP. My primary care did a beta right away and checked my thyroid levels, my TSH, my T4. Beta came back awesome, like 309, 310, something like that. TSH came back at 1.85. It had jumped from 0.85 right before I had gotten pregnant. So we're getting ready to up my meds if needed, but it was still under 2.5, so that was good. A month after that, checked the thyroid levels again. It went back down to close to 1.0, and it stayed there so far this entire pregnancy. So couldn't be more thrilled about that. Oh yes, another thing to mention, when I had my HSG, I remember the radiologist had mentioned at the time, it looks like you might have a T-shaped uterus. Brought the HSG with me to the OB's office. The 4 practitioners in the office all looked at it. They also consulted with 2 local reproductive endocrinologists, and they think it's possible that it might just be the angle that the film was taken at, making it look like I have a T-shaped uterus. They're not sure if I have it or not, because by the time I went into my OB's office and had my first ultrasound at 7 weeks, my uterus had already expanded and stretched out, so they couldn't tell on the ultrasound at all. It looked normal then, but yeah, of course it would. So, what else? Haven't done an update till now because I have had pregnancy sickness really, really bad. Someone might get morning sickness. I had pregnancy sickness. I constantly felt on the verge of vomiting, and then several times a day would throw up. Finally came to the conclusion that anything that I would eat before noon or maybe 11 a.m. wasn't going to stay down anyway. So it actually got to the point where, especially mornings, I couldn't keep anything down at all. I had trouble just taking my Synthroid first thing in the morning, because it has to be taken on an empty stomach. You're supposed to take with 8 ounces of water. Man, I could not keep 8 ounces of water down. They were crazy. They tried me on Zofran, Phenergan, Reglan. I really didn't want to take anything. I know they say it's safe, but I didn't want to take anything at all. And none of them really helped that much at all. Zofran did absolutely nothing, which I know because that, I believe, is what they gave me when I had my spine surgery, and I woke up vomiting all over the place after just having my spine operated on. Not fun. The Reglan worked the best for a couple days, and then it seemed it just wasn't working that great, and I didn't want to take anything anyway, so I just braved it out, I guess you could say. I would say from right before 8 weeks to 12 weeks, by far was the worst. I mean, it was just horrible. And since then, I'd say since around 13 weeks or so, and I'm 19 weeks now, it hasn't been that bad. I got sick once last week, but brushing my teeth every once in a while, I hit that gag reflex, and I think that's all it was. Plus, it was in the morning too. So, let's see, that's it as far as my notes go. I did have an ultrasound done just to check on gender when I was 15 weeks. I believe that was back on December 9th. So I will do an update on that a little bit later on, because I also had done some of the gender predictors at home. They have like IntelliGender. That's not the one I did. Gender Maker, where it's like a pink or a blue. There's not like green or orange like with IntelliGender, and it's like a greenish orange. I can't. It's pink or blue. That's it. If I think there are a few people that said they got a purple result, which purple's supposed to be boy. So I will go ahead and after this upload that video. And by the way, the tests are just for fun. There's absolutely nothing in your urine that can discern which gender you're carrying. It's just for fun. Gives you something to do to pass the time until you can actually have the gender ultrasound. And that's about it. I had my 19-week appointment this morning. Everything so far looks great with a T-shaped uterus. Might or might not have it again. One of the main things they're worried about is preterm labor, so I believe around 30 weeks. So about 10, 11 weeks from now, they will go ahead and start checking my cervix early just to make sure that it's not thinning out and dilating already. And that's about it for now. So I will go ahead and, if I can fit in here, go ahead and try to give you a belly shot. For 19 weeks, there's not a whole lot to see yet. I had like a little bit of fluffiness thanks to my thyroid to begin with, but for 19 weeks it's not what I thought it would be. So let's see if I can fit this in at all. Probably two. I don't know if you can see that at all, but that you can see. That is it. Not a whole lot there to look at. Yep. All right. Take care, and I will keep you updated.